Hello everyone, it's Monday and it's the second Monday of the season of Advent. So I'm going to light both of our candles, first for the first week of Advent last week and now today the second candle for the beginning of the second week. This year we're focusing on hope and joy. I think it's a special year to focus on hope. It's been hard on everyone and harder on some even more than others. And for us to be aware of that is to have our hearts open and to continue to watch out for and pray for and help those especially who are finding hope a little harder this year because of COVID and loneliness and all kinds of reasons. So we're going to focus on hope. And here's where I want to go with hope today. We're going to go back to the stars. This year on December 21st, which is the shortest night of the year, it's the winter solstice, Jupiter and Saturn are going to be aligning in the night sky, and I hope it's not cloudy. They're going to be aligning in the night sky closer than they have been since 1623. That's 397 years ago. And before that, the only time that those planets in observable history were closer was in 1626. Can you imagine? I'm sorry, 1226. It's the Dark Ages. I mean, that was 800 years ago almost. So this year, here's what I want to do. I'm going to issue a little bit of a challenge and a project to you, okay? I'm hoping that a whole bunch of you will take me up on this and will take out your cameras or phones, whatever, however you want to do this, and go out into the night sky, into the night on December 21st, and hopefully if it's clear, you can do this. Look up and do a little research and find Saturn and Jupiter and take a photo of it because I want to use it in the video on the first Sunday in January, which is Epiphany Sunday. It's the Sunday that we celebrate, among other things, the wise men following the star to where Jesus lay. And I'm going to read that in a second. There's hope in this for a variety of reasons. But my greatest hope, and I want you to know this too, is that our hope doesn't reside in us. And our hope doesn't reside in other people even. We are frail people. We're sinful in meaning that we're broken and we make mistakes and we don't live up to the possibilities that God even created for us and in us. But our hope always lies in God. And for us Christians in particular, in Jesus Christ, being born in a manger on this earth, in this life, in the flesh, to walk with us, to be with us in our journeys too. So I want you to always be aware that hope doesn't reside in us, but it always resides in God and especially God's gifts to us in Jesus Christ. So here's what I want to do. Just listen to this again. This is the wise men story in Matthew chapter 2. And then let's talk just a little further. Here's what it says. Matthew 2 verse 9. When they had heard the king, they set out. These are the wise men. And there ahead of them went the star that they had seen at its rising until it stopped over the place where the child was. You know what my greatest hope is today? It's not even in the stars or Saturn and Jupiter aligning. It's not even in the universe. It's that God would find ways to draw us to the Word of God and particularly to Jesus Christ. In the Gospel of John, God talks about Jesus being full of grace and truth, the one who was born with us in the flesh. That's our greatest hope, that Christ is alive and that Christ is with us even now. And that when we talk about stars and go to the Gospels and hear the story of people following some kind of a star, some kind of an energy or impulse that leads them to Christ, that always glorifies Christ, we will find God's grace for us. That's hope. That's always hope. Let this Word of God be open to you always, and always come to it with searching and seeking and anticipation and openness, and know and trust that God is going to be working on you and bringing you to a new sense of His presence and grace. So here's my joy today. Maybe I'm just a sap. I have a feeling a lot of you are, if that's the case. I just love Christmas ornaments, and particularly the ones that are homemade. One of the kids made this. It's 3 simple popsicle sticks, but it's the star. And it's on our Christmas tree, and it's reminding us of the star that drew people to Jesus, the star that spoke to them, that was brilliant, that shone, that stunned them, that made their hearts jump and their lives pick up and go to follow and find Jesus Christ. And I hope that you'll take a few seconds to just gaze at your tree if you've got it up and ornaments on it, and go into the ornaments. Think of them a little bit. Remember their stories and look for things like the star that take you to the promise of Jesus Christ being born for you and for me and for the world. So here's what I want you to do. When you get to December 21st, if it's clear out, take some photos with your camera or phone, whatever. Try to find that brightest sky or star in the sky. Do a little research. I think it might be in the southwest sky that night. And send them to me at Pastor Andy at sjlcl.org. And I'm going to put some of them or all of them on our video for the first Sunday in Epiphany. All right, everybody. Happy Monday of the second week of Advent. And I will look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.